Steve Alcorn here with you one more time, and we're going to go over some of the things I've sold in the last couple of weeks. I don't remember when the last time. Hold on, let me check. I did a video. I have two screens going. I like that. It's just an old TV. Not an old TV, but a newer TV with VGA and HDMI. My computer does both, but I just have the VGA in there. Doesn't want to get me there, but I did a video on October 25th, so this is everything that's sold since October 5th. Today is November 1st. It is a Wednesday. Normally on a Wednesday I'm doing the half off day at the Salvation Army and things of that nature, but I had a lot of outgo and I had a lot of income, but I had also a lot of outgo since my last video. So today I'm taking a day off and I've been listing, trying to get my store up to 200 listings. I'm not there yet. I'm at 192, which is not bad, I guess. And then we're going to go to the 250, and then we're going to keep going on and on and on with that. But anyway, this is the first thing I sold, and I got the full asking price of $24.95. They are Yo MTV Wraps cards, and they were new, sealed in the package. I paid $4, $2 a set. I think there was 720 cards, 36 packs divided by 2. So 720 cards. They took a while to sell, about a month, but not too bad. But that was the first thing. And they paid the full asking price on those. Where did that go? Okay, we can get rid of that. This is the next thing. This is just a Pyrex Flameware lid for the 9-cup glass coffee pot. This came in with that lot of free stuff. It was just a bunch of Pyrex Flameware parts. I've made over $100 on that lot. I sold 2 of the stems or the pumps for almost $40 each, $30 or $40 each. 2 of the lids for $18 each, and a couple other miscellaneous parts out of that. So I did really well on the Pyrex Flameware stuff. This is the big sale. This was $1,200. I messed up on the shipping. It actually cost $250 to ship UPS freight, but it wasn't too bad. The Franken box that I had to make, it actually went UPS ground. UPS freight would have been a lot more. I was able to get it just in the UPS ground limits in the box. I went to my old place of employment, which was a box factory. I used to work at a box factory, and got a large box and just cut it to size. Around this top here, I took this piece off, so this was 41 inches here, and I think it was 29 or 30. It weighed 67 pounds, $243 to ship this thing. This was a consignment deal, so after fees and everything, I made $447, I believe. Not too bad. So, but that went to California, and I'm in Ohio. If it had gone closer, it would have been a lot less money. What this is, these are $2,400 new. It's a shower chair. It also has the commode in it. It had the padded seat, and it was a reclining chair, and these are very hard to come by. Swift Mobile Tilt. Very hard to come by, and they're very expensive. So no complaints on it, and it was delivered on Monday, so I would assume that I'd had a complaint if there was any by now. So looks like everything went well with that one. Vintage bowling bag. This also went to California. I hadn't seen this style before with a little pocket. $31.46 plus $10 shipping. It actually cost me closer to $17 to ship. It would not fit in a large flat rate. I had it in a larger box, and I went to the post office. She said, wait a second, that's too big, and it would have to go dimensional weight, which would have been $40-some. I'm like, no. I was able to fit it in a 12 by 12 by 12. It weighed about 5 pounds when I was done, but it did go to California, and it was on its way. I paid on that shower chair, he paid $50 for the unit. We sold another chair out of that unit for $1,800. It was a different style of, it was a lift chair. And we sold that one for $1,200. The whole unit, storage unit, was $50. He got his 50 back, and then after that we split profits. There was a bunch of things in there. There was a Hoyer lift we sold for $250 local. So, okay, next this Cleveland Cavaliers hat, vintage, probably 90s, I'm guessing, GCC. Very nice hat. I had this one for about 3 months. It did sell for the full asking price of $26.99. I had it on a 10% off sale. So that one went to Columbus. I paid, I think, 89 cents. No, this one was $1. I got a yard sale for $1. This one was $1.89. I sold for $14.99. Just a simple Westclox travel alarm clock. Also went to California. I sold a lot of things in California. And so I don't make a lot of noise today. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. I was doing a weekly podcast. I've done it for 4 years, and it was not reseller related. Sorry, I didn't want to show all that. But one of the complaints was the noises I make with my throat. My throat dries out really easy, so we got to drink coffee. I'm going to check my time here. 6 minutes, okay. I have 10 minutes to record on this particular app, so I might just leave that little timer up for now. Okay, so this was a Panasonic KXFA84 drum unit. It's just a toner cartridge. This one was actually a drop ship order. Somebody sent me a message, hey, don't put an invoice in here. This is a drop ship to my customer. I paid $1.89 for it at the Goodwill, sold it for the full asking price of $44.95, and sent it out. What I did with this one was actually take a big poly mailer, just the plain gray poly mailers, and put it over top the box. I think I had to put 2 because it was a little big. I didn't want to put the label right on the box. I hate it when people do that, so I put a poly mailer over it and then taped the poly mailer so there's no edges to get caught in the machinery. Okay, Castlevania. This is a cool game. It's a PSP game. I'm going to move this down. I just need to see the time and the stop button. Okay, Castlevania, Dracula X Chronicles. This game cost me $20. It didn't really cost me $20 because I got a Darth Vader PSP with it and a couple other games. The Darth Vader PSP is currently listed with 2 games for $99, but I sold this right away because I seen that it was worth a little bit of money. So I got my money back on the whole unit, or on the whole deal, just from this one. So that wasn't too bad at all. Granny's Quilting Squares. These sold for $17.99. I had them forever, probably 4 or 5 months. I picked them up for probably $1 to $2 at the Goodwill. There was a lot of squares in there. I think 720, something like that. 720 squares. Oh, 320. 640 pieces. They're all triangular. They make like a pinwheel. Makes 320 of them. You can do it in different configurations and things like that. You can see on the back there. So anyway, that was she was very happy with it when she got it, so that was good. New York Jets 90s vintage, new with tags. It actually had the 1995 schedule on it, so it was easy to date. $39.99. I actually took a best offer of $22. The thing about this hat was it was actually autographed. Where did the autograph go? I don't see a picture of the autograph. Anyway, it was autographed by Neil O'Donnell. There it is. I couldn't figure out the autograph, but I finally looked up by jersey number and the date. So it was autographed by Neil O'Donnell. So I'm sure that probably hurt the value, actually, because I think he only played for the Jets for that 1 year. Anyway, the guy was very happy with it, said it was better than the description and all that. So, good deal. This was $1.89 at the Goodwill. I picked this up a couple of weeks ago. I listed it and sold it within a couple days. Once I got it listed, it's just a bridge, an electronic bridge game. Anything by Cytec seems to do really well. So it didn't have the little, you can see that little holder there and the little scorecards. It didn't have that, but it had everything else, and we shipped that one out, and it's good to go. This is just a little sensor switch. So you put this up on your ceiling, and it's motion controlled, so it turns the lights on. I'm going to end here real quick, and I'll be right back. The other recording ended. I was at my 10-minute mark, but anyway, so this one I paid $2 at a yard sale for, and sold it for $35.96. These shoes were Adidas Indoor Court. You can see it there. Here's the other side. The picture was a little blurry on this one, so I used this as my lead picture. I've been told that it's better to use this as a lead picture because it's pointing to where you want them to buy. I don't know if that's true or not, but anyway, I took a best offer of 80. I think I sold these for, no, 70. Pretty sure I sold them for $70, and they went to Thailand. I paid $5.99 plus tax at the Salvation Army a couple of weeks ago. I was very excited to find an actual pair of vintage Adidas shoes. I had sold the 2 pair of Converse for $70 a piece a couple of weeks earlier. So finding another pair of nice vintage shoes at a thrift store was pretty cool. They were really cool. Definitely early to mid 80s. Everything was really nice on them. They did have some sole wear, of course. I didn't even take the Goodwill $5.99 price off. I just sold it. But very cool shoes. But they're going to Thailand. Pretty cool. This one I'm still waiting payment on. She made me an offer of $35. I took it. I've had this thing forever. I paid $10 for it at a Goodwill, thinking it would be good. This Biaggi was featured on Shark Tank a while ago. All it is a bag that it's like a travel bag. It folds out and all. The pictures weren't the greatest. I do have another one of these. It's bigger, but this was brand new. You can see it was never used. So she bought it and then asked me if I could wait till, well, actually tomorrow. She should be paying tomorrow. If not, it'll get relisted. No big deal. Funny story. This camera has been around the world. I sold this camera originally to Mexico. When it got there, I don't know if the guy wanted to screw with me a little bit, but it went to Mexico. It was gone for like 2 months. The guy filed an item not received case, and because there was an attempted delivery, eBay cited in my favor. Then the camera came back like a month later. So my guess is that he just didn't want to pay the customs fees, and I got the camera back. So I sold it again, and it went to Australia this time. So let's hope we don't get it back. I took a best offer of 30. I've already done pretty well with this camera, so I'm okay with that. It came with everything. It had the Q light. Was the one step I could have got more. It was missing the faceplate on the film door. No big deal. It doesn't affect the use. I took a real nice close-up picture of that. I could have gotten more money for this camera, but it is what it is, and I just wanted to get it out of my house. This was one of the ones that was made in the USA, so that was a good one. PT Cruiser. We have an old 2005, I believe it is. 2003, I think, PT Cruiser. This is the, well, you can tell it's a turn signal, headlight switch. This whole unit is one piece, and if this piece goes bad, you got to replace the whole thing. We thought it was bad. It turned out to be wiring underneath the dash, which was an easy fix, and I fixed it. So we paid $25 at the local scrapyard for this. I posted it up for $38.95 plus shipping, and it was up for about a month and a half to 2 months. 2003 Cruiser, by the way. And somebody actually bought it, so we shipped that one out. And I like how they do this. You can put all this stuff in here, which models it fits. I did actually install it and found that it was working. So I was able to say tested and working, and hopefully it works out for the guy who bought it. And the last sale was this Budweiser t-shirt from, what was this, 1995? Yep, 1995, the Budweiser Frog. It's actually a really nice t-shirt. I don't drink, or I might have kept it myself. This Bud's for you, Budweiser, the frogs. It was pretty cool. Definitely vintage. Changes is a good shirt for 90s vintage. So if you see this tag, you probably got a vintage t-shirt. I thought the shirt would do a lot better. It didn't go for the $24.95. It took a best offer of $15. I had a lot of lowball offers on this one, and finally I just took the $15 offer so that I could just, get rid of it. I do have another Budweiser T-shirt for sale. It is a 1997 or 1997, I think, Bud Bowl T-shirt. So I have another one, and hopefully get about $15 for that one too. They cost me $2.89 at a small Goodwill that I go to. Let me see if I can find that other shirt. I think somebody actually has it favorited here. We will find it if it exists. Oh, this is another one I picked up that day. It is a probably from the same. I think this one was dated 1990, but it's a PBA Tour ABC Sports shirt. I thought that was cool. Not a lot of interest in it, but it is pretty cool shirt from the early 90s. So let's see. Trying to find that other shirt. Oh, here's a pickup I made a couple days ago, and it turns out that this one's pretty good. It hasn't sold yet, but this is The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. It's a movie from the 80s. This is the soundtrack from that, and I guess if you find soundtracks by the guy Michael Kamen, I think he's the same guy who did some of like the Star Wars stuff. His stuff goes really good. So I listed this one really high, $60. It's a little bit more than that on Amazon, and there's some even higher than that some places. So it's a good thing to find Michael Kamen stuff, I guess. I don't care as long as it sells for me, and I do have one watcher on that. So hopefully, I think there is one other listed on eBay. But I can't find that other vintage Budweiser shirt like I was going to show you. It's here. Oh, here it is. So here's the other vintage Budweiser shirt I got at the same time. Bud Bowl 97, and then the back has the two Budweiser, Bud Light things. So that's pretty cool. But I did want to talk a little bit. Let's see how much time I have. 7 minutes. So this is going to be a 20-minute long deal here. About shipping that big chair. It was a pain in the ass. Don't get me wrong. But in the end, I still made pretty good money on it. So I'm not too worried about it. And guess what? It was a zero feedback buyer. I've heard a lot of talk lately about zero feedback buyers, and people are scared of them. Well, bring them on. I hope that I made this guy's first purchase on eBay. It's probably a guest account, but first purchase on eBay, a good one. I sent it quickly. It arrived within a week. It was a little actually past the not the handling time, but the estimated delivery time. It was one business day past. So I don't know if that'll give me a ding or whatever. But zero feedback buyers are the best. Both of those big items were zero feedback buyers, guest accounts. So one was $1,800 and one was $1,200. So I got to stop worrying about that stuff. And it was a giant item. And I sent it, and it was fairly painless. It sucked to pack that thing because I had to make a box out of another box, but it worked. And so don't be afraid to send giant stuff. 60 some pounds across the country cost me $250. Actually cost the buyer $100 and me $150 to send. So man, my throat is just bad. I'll try to edit that out. I probably won't because I'm lazy that way. So zero feedback buyers to me are, bread and butter. I get a lot of them. I never have any problems with them. Never once had a problem with a zero feedback buyer. The only time I did was one item that went to Mexico, and it never got there, and I had to end up refunding them. And when you have to refund, when you send it on your own, which I did, and you end up having to refund because it never got there, you're out that item cost plus the shipping, which to ship a sweatshirt over a pound, I think it was almost 2 pounds, it might have been 3 pounds. It was a big, heavy Nautica sweatshirt. Cost me $30 some. So on top of the $30 price that he paid for it, and my $30 cost to ship it, or his $30, I had to refund it all, so it sucked. But that's the only time I had a problem with a zero feedback buyer. But anyway, like, share, subscribe, do whatever, and have a good day.